Hello, friends. My name is Kathleen Whitehead. I'm going to channel the Aspects of Love, which is a group of the most loving, deepest loving aspects of many beings, unlimited number of beings, and yet only one of us. We ask that they bring us messages of encouragement, hope, and information that we might need. We will start out with light language and intersperse light language a few times during this transmission. We thank you all for being here, those who are here now and those who will be here at a later time. We know that you are beings of love too, and we invite you to be part of this transmission. If you wish to comment, please do. We will begin the transmission now with our light language. Ta Shiana Ti Niata Kesi Ti Ti A Ha Aya 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 Baiti Edi Ha Elianaya Kate Sete Tia Temania Tatai. Greetings, friends. We are here with you at your invitation, and we invite you to be with us and connect with us as we are you and you are us. We bring you tidings of love. We bring you encouragement. We bring you deep gratitude as we know that you are experiencing your own upheaval on your planet in many different places, in many different varieties of happenings. We bid you congratulations on the journey so far. We know that this has been your choice before your incarnation, but we wish to thank you anyway, even though this is what you wanted, because you are doing a powerful job, although we don't like the word job, but you are assisting the planet to ascend into higher realms, higher dimensions, higher vibrations. But in that disruption, that the deep changes are causing all kinds of ups and downs and back and forth and sideways, because the energies of change are energies of disruption. They are energies of new birth, new magic. But birth is not always the most gentle thing to experience. Birth is change. Birth is sometimes disruptive. It changes everything about the family that is accepting the newness that is coming in. It changes, even if it is the 13th child into a family, it brings with it big changes. It brings it the opportunity to express your individuality, because being in human form is your way to experience a perceived separation that is only perceived. But in your separation, you are able to experience all manner of things by using your own free will, which is a gift of your humanity. Free will brings with it much freedom, much experimentation, many choices, and much variety. It also brings with it the responsibility to live the life that you have chosen before you incarnated. You've chosen the way that you wish to experience this incarnation. You've chosen whether you wish to be a gentle, calm soul, or a rowdy soul of upheaval. Every soul, every incarnated experiencer has their own particular chosen way. And we wish to remind you that even those who are experiencing from a perceived unloving way is also doing a very intricate and necessary part of this puzzle that is your earthly existence. There is much perceived polarity during this time. You are witnessing things that can be disturbing. They can be very dramatic, but remember to have gratitude for those who have chosen the function of being the disruptor, because we're going to rename them as the reminder of things to look at, of things to choose, how you wish to proceed with your experience. We urge you not to join in as if this experience is true and real. It is a simulation. It is a play, if you will. It is a troupe of actors numbering in the billions who are each playing their part, and each valuable, and each for the highest good, no matter what it looks like. But what can you do in your own experience? What is the thing that you need to pay attention to throughout the drama that is playing out in the perceived reality? As you observe each person, each actor, and his part in the play, his script, if you will. Find the benefit of whatever this actor is portraying. Look from a very high perspective at the actions that are taking. Zoom out with your observer and then zoom in to see, to watch, to realize what good will come of this perceived disturbing activity. But also in your own life, in your own experience, look very closely at great detail at your own experience, because as you look very closely, you will notice much magic. It may be the smallest of things. There is so much magic at this moment. There is so much um, uh, time disruptions. So you might think of things being going fast or slow. This is part of the magic. This is part of the change. This is part of the transformation that is happening. But look and observe all the magic from the smallest, tiniest thing that happens, and that you just kind of go, huh, that was an interesting thing to happen. That was a synchronous thing to happen. And also observe, that is what I just wished for. Now, we caution you to pay attention to your own thoughts and wishes, because the magic is just magic. It is neutral. So if you are thinking of things that are unpleasant to you that you really don't want, the magic will just go, oh, that's what she wants. Let's gift that to her in a surprising way. And then suddenly, if you were driving along and you were thinking of potholes, you might hit a pothole. So keep your thoughts in the highest magic, the highest expectation, and notice all of these things that are going on. Also, notice the love that is flowing from your neighbors. Notice the love that is flowing from you. Notice that people are being kinder. There is also a lot of fear. You do not need to play in that field. Your job in that particular point is to be calm and to model the absence of the fear. Model the confidence that you know that things are going to get better. So we ask you to notice, to create your own magic through your thoughts, beliefs, and expectations. And remember that magic can be in all forms, including potholes. We think that you are doing a magnificent job in this transition. It will get faster. You might have revelations for yourself that cause you to change basic things that you believed up to this point, and then suddenly you realize from a different perspective, that doesn't make sense. That doesn't make sense. So you change. You might change in your physical habits. You might change in your thought patterns. You might change in your ideas. You might change in your eating habits. You might start hearing messages from trees and animals and noticing that they are carrying messages and carrying energies, because that is all part of the magic. We wish for you to know that we are always here and wish to help you in any way and encourage you. We are cheerleaders for you, as many, many, many galaxies are being cheerleaders and watchers of the processes of the earth. Remember that we said that this is a play? Well, imagine the rest of the cosmos at this movie eating popcorn and on the edge of their seats, because what they're watching is so exciting. And they love this movie. We love you. We wish to be here for you, and we will continue watching. We'll gift you now with some of our light language meant for you to feel love. So we hope that that is what this transmission brings you, from our hearts to yours. Chianata te te mantuko to ayata pateta a ne nya. Are there questions that anyone would like to ask?
I have a question. I've been pondering on the concept here on Earth of what we call friendship between individuals, and I'm wondering if I could get you to maybe elaborate on what friendship really means.
Friendship implies separation, but it is a valuable tool on your planet. Friendship can also be called teachers.
Mhm.
It is the embodiment of love. There are many kinds of friendships. You've heard of soulmates.
Mhm.
Soulmates are indeed friendships, but they may not be comfortable. They may be very comfortable. But friendship is a concept of earthly separation. So you consider yourself an individual that you would like to gather other individuals and expand. What you are looking for is really that complementary vibration, that commonality that you are comfortable with. And we advise you to be the type of vibration that you wish to attract, because that is actually what is happening. You are attracting the teachers you might need. You are attracting the friendships, the soulmates of all varieties. Start giving love without putting conditions of how that love comes back to you. You are in a place, each person is in a place where they are meant to grow individually, but also encourage others to look. You are all examples for each other. So you may be that teacher for all of those who are around you that you do not consider friends, but they are your friends. They just are not. They are learning from you. Your strongest friendship should be that with yourself. Friendships among the very diverse individuals on your planet are a function of the free will of learning individually. Ask for the teacher that can teach you friendship, that can model friendship for you. This is an earthly concept meant to gather together mutually growing people. And at this point, people are scattered. Also, friends may not be who you think they might be. There might be that person that is just quietly watching you and learning from you. And it might be that person that you are quietly watching and learning from. Was that at all helpful?
Yes, yes, it was. Thank you very much.
You're most welcome. Thank you for the interesting question. Is there another question?
I have a question, but it's not really formed very well in my head because of some of what you said about the actors filling a role, and how recently I've perceived people choosing what I would consider, well, the word I'm thinking of is evil, but it's more like unloving, uncaring, um, I guess unfriendly even, um, and and how they choose that and why. I just leave that with you.
That is an excellent follow-up, because I would ask you to ask yourself, in this interaction, what did you learn about yourself? In every interaction, what were you shown that you wish to avoid? Also, what is the benefit of the interaction that you experienced? The reality is, those people that you have labeled as unloving are teachers, and they're giving you a video, unknowing that they don't, they're not thinking necessarily, oh, I'm acting in a play and here's my script. They are basing everything by onto their beliefs that they have chosen, their expectations, the same as you. When your actions come from your belief systems, your expectations, your desire to grow, your love that you wish to share with the world, all of these things and many others come together to form your experience. So every experience is an opportunity to learn something. When you look at the world stage and you see things that are um, disappointing from your point of view, ask yourself, okay, what is my choice in this? They may just be asking you to learn non-judgment, to learn just to love them in whatever way that they choose to be, even though they have chosen before their incarnation, I'm going to be a disruptor, or I am going to be that person who is the bully or whatever. But they're teaching you something. They're giving you an opportunity to choose. Now, on the world stage, you see some very disturbing things. You also see some things that are disturbing caused by Mother Gaia. And each of these experiences give you the opportunity to choose. How do I want to react? How do I want to respond? Do I want to get upset and judge that person as mean or unloving or evil or whatever words you might want to be? Or do you want to see that person as someone who has chosen a role that you do not wish to choose? So, for instance, if you were not ever exposed to a bully, and this is an earthly kind of experience, but if you never had that unlovingness that is a bully, how would you choose to be the lovingness that you are? You wouldn't even know that there was this unloving thing. So you wouldn't be given the opportunity to grow in your love and to say, oh, I want to be someone who embraces all of these people. So the contrast that I'm seeing is not what I want to choose. Does this make sense? And do you have a follow-up?
It makes sense. Um, and having learned from you about contrasts, as opposed to, well, darkness, I guess. Um, yeah, it just, um, I don't know. Sometimes I don't know how to respond. And if I have any contributions in how to be a positive force with regard to those contrasts.
You need not worry about responding. You need to only give love, observe, and give love and understand. You may be at a point in your growth where you're looking at judgments. So for instance, you're judging that other people might be acting in ways that are not what you consider the highest good. Maybe they are teaching you that you are not accepting them exactly as they are, because true loving them lets them be where they are. Have you ever been very close and with someone who acts in those ways that you talk about, and you just love them and they change? Because when you provide the contrast back at them, that that continues the interaction. If someone bullies you, we hope that does not happen. But if someone treats you unkindly and you do not react in an unkind way, they may still feel unkind, but you do not have the feeling that you were unkind. You have the feeling that you were loved. Does that make sense?
I may have to watch this again and
What
and
you
help myself and process it. Yeah.
realize that you are growing. You are not meant to know everything. You have belief systems that you operate on. And when you are triggered, or when you are faced with a contrast that's unpleasant, we call that a trigger. And you should look at yourself and say, what in me causes me to judge that as directed at me, or an unkindness that I need to react to, because you have a belief system or a wound or something that needs to be healed or needs to be changed. Think in those terms. So when when you feel that you need to judge someone because they are not acting as you feel they should, ask yourself, why am I not completely loving to that person? They're just an actor in the play. That may help you to just think in terms of, they're just acting in a play, and I do not have to respond in a dramatic way. Of course, if you are in danger, you need to move yourself out of that danger. When something is very unpleasant, you need to remove yourself from that situation. You don't, when we say just be loving, we're not saying stay there and be offended or be hurt or any of those things. Just remove yourself and think about it, about what you might need to look at for your own self. And we don't expect you to believe or buy into or accept everything that we say. We are from a different place. We are not confronted in our place that we are right now. We are not confronted with the trials that you are confronted with. We continually say you are doing your best and we commend you for it. But take everything as an opportunity to learn and grow. Was that helpful?
Yes, thank you. Again, I'm going to have to watch this a few times and help my humanness sort this out, and my I guess
Your,
my life training, I guess.
your humanness is beautiful, and it is exactly as it is meant to be at this point. But you are growing, and commend yourself for the ways in which you are growing and learning.
Thank you. Thank you a lot.
Is there another question?
I'm all set.
Yes.
I guess another question has to do with, why is it that it seems the contrast to loving and caring seems to grow? My point is, like, and I think I've seen a statistic of, like, one negative comment about whatever, a restaurant, say, one negative comment gets retold, let's just say a dozen times, but a positive comment maybe just is told one time. What is the why is it that the contrast seems to be powerful?
Because it's losing its power. So when you are in a battle, we'll say, and two people are competing, and they're at a certain level of competition, the one who's losing has to try harder, correct? So the one that's losing has to use his tactics to keep himself in the game, even though the one who is winning doesn't have to employ we will say unloving tactics. The contrast is louder, but it's losing its energy. We ask you, what was the purpose of that statistic? Was the purpose of that statistic so that you would think ill, so that you would judge that as a negative thing? That is an unnecessary statistic. What we ask you to look at in that situation, so 10 people, or you've heard from 10 different people that that donut shop doesn't put enough glaze on its donuts. you heard that from 10 people, but you heard from one person, it's just enough, and we like it, we really enjoy it. That you should make your own judgment about that. You should go and taste those donuts, and if you want more glaze on the donut, say, would you put a little more glaze on this donut? Or choose the donut with the most glaze, or choose the donut with the least glaze, according to your taste. But the squeaky wheel, right now, the squeakier ones are the ones losing the battle.
Mm.
Does that make some sense to you? But I would always question what the purpose of that statistic is. Because is it meant to emphasize the negative? It sounds to us that it paints a picture. Maybe those statistics are something that are shown in a database, but the ones that really matter are the repeat customers, the people who love the donuts. But they don't talk about it. Maybe they want to keep all the donuts for themselves.
No, that makes a lot of sense. Yeah.
Question the reason behind the statistic whenever you read statistics like that, especially when they are pointed towards the negative.
Mhm.
Judge for yourself, or don't find the truth for yourself.
Right.
Does,
Okay.
does that make some sense?
Yes. Yes, thank you.
Does that complete the questioning for this session?
It does for me.
I'm
Ah.
good.
Do we hear Teddy?
He
Just-
might have a question.
I think he was just being grateful. We love you, Teddy. We love you. We love all of the animals. And you might notice that the animals are becoming more and more loving. We will leave you now with our gratitude and with our language.
Thank you.
Nezesi sianare ke shikadadai di miadadai titi ha henyanai ke se diadai dipati shikatoto nyanala yatakase tatia namahisketia hayatatai be tete badia amenya.